can't fight an MMA guy. It's a tough guy. It's a tough life. They got a strudel for an ear. What is this? What is that? There's nothing I could do to this guy that hurts more than a strudel hanging off the left side of the cranium. Watch how they come into the ring. They're just stretching out their teeth. Oh my God. If I was the opponent, I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna die tonight. This guy's gonna kill me. Fighting nobody.
I don't fuck with anybody with a Russian accent, and I don't fuck with anybody with cauliflower ears. I don't fuck with them. And if you talk like this and you have cauliflower MMA ears, I don't fuck with you either, bro. That's how I knew Khabib Nurmagomedov was gonna be the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Of all time. He talk like this and he has the ears. Fuck that. I'm not fucking with you, bro. You a real one. And the way he talks is terrifying. Like, oh, you think you real? You think you're from streets? I grow up in Real Mountain. Like, what does that mean, bro? What does that mean? What do you mean you grew up there? What did you do there? He'll say wild shit like, oh yeah, you want to fight? I'm going to change his face. What is he, potato head, bro? You can't do this.
This one's fun. He's a very strong lad, but he hasn't been laid in years because the strong and handsome lad has a terrible case of UFC ears. UFC ears, cauliflower wrestling, UFC ears. UFC ears, UFC ears, swollen and disfigured, UFC ears. He can beat you in the octagon. Afterwards, drink 30 beers. But that doesn't change the horrible fact he also has a case of UFC ears. UFC ears, tiny little holes in his UFC ears. UFC ears, UFC ears. Stop looking at those UFC ears. Anyway, monsters get a broken nose. LA gangsters have those fucked up toes. MLB pitchers all have crazy beards. But I can't believe these guys can fucking hear with those UFC ears. UFC ears. Puffy and disturbing UFC ears. UFC ears, that's right, UFC ears. Cries himself to sleep, he's got UFC ears. Now after the show tonight, I'll be shaking with cheeks wet with tears. Because he's going to find me and beat my fucking head in, screaming, welcome to the club of UFC ears. Ears, 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 ears.